This is the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk.
Johnson City looks to its youth as the Wildcats look to shock Class B in 2024, and the Mets celebrate once again at Citi Field. This is the Sports Desk.
This preseason playbook is sponsored by CarStar.
After finishing up last season, the Johnson City Wildcats are relying on a young roster to help them win in 2024. 12 Sports' Michael Villegas was at practice as they hit the field in this, the latest edition of our preseason playbooks.
On a chilly morning at 8 a.m., Johnson City Wildcats held their second practice of the season, with some overcast and light rain falling throughout practice. After winning 2 games last year, the Wildcats are hoping the weather isn't a foreshadow for the upcoming season.
We have 9 returning, so a lot of inexperienced kids and young kids coming up for varsity for the first time. So we got a lot of learning to do out of the gates, but we'll get where we need to be.
As a senior captain, Sam Ross is tasked with getting the young players up to speed to minimize growing pains. But that has its challenges.
You know how people are, like younger people is. It's just, they like to goof around, and keeping them in line sometimes is a little difficult, but I say overall we're doing good with it.
In his 6 years at the helm, Coach Place says that he's usually had a senior-laden roster, but he's looking forward to the many changes to this year's team.
The youth on this team is kind of exciting for me, just because it's something we haven't done, and to see somebody new at quarterback for the first time in 3 years, because we had a 3-year starter just graduate.
As seniors and leaders on this team, Sam Ross and Felix Morales look back on their favorite part about being a Wildcat.
I would say the community around us. I mean, as much as I give grief to a lot of these guys, I have complete faith in them, and I know they would help me out if I needed help, and I would do the same for them.
It's how everybody comes together. Everybody comes to the games, showing support. You know, it's like a whole family.
Or actually family, as Felix is playing his final year with his younger brother, Finesse.
You know, it's actually pretty good. It's fun. It's like how we were back then, but now we can really play with each other physically.
And like any big brother, he has high hopes for his sibling.
I hope he gets better than me, yeah.
As for Coach Place, his goals for this season are self-explanatory.
The expectations for a young team like this is, I know it sounds cliche and I say it every year, but just try to improve every day. I mean, we have an inexperienced team with not a whole lot of varsity competition. So we just need to continue to grow every day, continue to get better every day, and realize this is a long process and learn from those experiences. Try to figure out if we did something wrong, why we did something wrong, and how we can stop that from happening throughout the season.
Johnson City will have the chance to get better on September 13th as they host the Shenango Forks Blue Devils for their season opener. In Broome County, Michael Villegas, 12 Sports.
Mets finishing up a 3-game set with Baltimore. Scoreless for Francisco Lindor in the third. Or scoreless no more. Lindor launches his 25th home run of the year. And the Mets home run derby continues in the 7th, tied at 2. Deuces advantage Vientos. Mark Vientos having a day and having a year. That dinger, number 20 for him. Top 9 now tied at 3. Walk it off, Mr. Winker. Jesse Winker with his first home run as a Met. Yeah, that's a game winner. He is fired up, and so is Citi Field. Mets walk it off twice in 3 days against the first-place Orioles. New York, 2 back in the wild card, and head west starting Thursday to take on San Diego and Arizona over the next 7 games. Mets looking up at both of those teams in the standings.
It's the rare situation, too, where that Mets win is also a Yankees win with the Orioles.
Yeah,
Yankees.
Yanks and Orioles right now are tied. Yanks will play later, so they get a chance to maybe go a half game up before the end of the day.
Well, we'll hope to see it. Don't go anywhere. With one final story for you right after the break.